Welcome in, everybody, to the Cover 4 podcast. I'm Taylor Stern with Jesse Hawley, Dave Hellman. Lindsay Draper will be joining us soon.
Lindsay Draper needed some toast.
She needed some toast, get her fueled up on this Friday.
What kind of toast you think she got? Like white, wheat,
Bland ass, yeah, like
David.
White toast.
grape, strawberry jelly, peanut butter.
I don't know, but you're rocking
Jelly.
the Good Times sweatshirt. You
Jelly.
ready for some good times
It's
on
Friday.
this podcast?
Payday?
It is Friday. It's not payday for us, unfortunately. Is it? No.
No.
But it's probably going to be payday soon for Manuel Sanders.
Pay that man his money.
So,
Is he the best slot receiver? Better than Cole Beasley?
yeah.
The best one out of SMU?
Hey.
That's right, Kent Garrison.
Courtland Sutton says otherwise. No.
Two guys from SMU just rocking it on the Denver Broncos as they beat the Cardinals last night 45-10.
Is SMU becoming like wide receiver U? Courtland Sutton, Manny Sanders?
I mean, Cole Beasley? I don't know if it's wide receiver you, but
He was just messing.
I'm wilding out.
not bad for a program that doesn't go to very many bowl games.
Very true.
I hate to be this guy, but since this is our podcast, like
You're that guy.
I really do hate this guy, but I'm going to do it anyway. I picked up the Denver defense in fantasy just as like an
I
afterthought.
like this guy.
Just as like an afterthought, I was like, I need a defense, and Arizona's not any good. And they scored like 2 touchdowns. They sacked Rosen like 8. Like I checked this. I was literally didn't even remember I had him in my lineup, and I checked my fantasy app last night and had like 45 points. It was the best feeling ever.
I really don't ever wish people ill will. I don't. Especially Lindsay Draper, who's joining us now.
For being late.
But
Well, you know, there's
The
this
football
guy
mom's
who
here.
Stopped me in the hall is, Derek Eagleton's his name. So
oh, he's
sometimes,
important. Yeah.
I figured
Sometimes you got to stop and talk to your
better
boss.
chat it up real
Well,
quick.
did he not know that it was Cover 4 podcast time?
Probably not, honestly.
Is he not watching?
Yeah.
It's
Not
he
listening?
is, and I'm about to turn on Periscope right now, folks. So get your
get those
questions
questions?
in. Bring them on.
You're setting the standard now, Lindsay, with these shirts. Like you're really setting the standard now. Like people are gonna start expecting you to have the nice sweaters and sweatshirts and stuff like that come in on Fridays. You know that like the standard is being set now by
You guys are just saying
What are-
graphic
I
tees.
love it. Yeah, graphic tees are so back in. Where's your graphic tee?
I didn't get the memo, to be honest with you.
Before
It's not plaid.
Lindsay
I'm not
joined
wearing
us,
it.
True.
I was going to say that I don't wish ill will on other people, but Josh Rosen, it feels like he had this season coming. Like, he
You
had
saying
the whole
he
talk.
Ran his mouth too much?
Yeah, he was running his mouth, saying that he was going to be showing all the other teams they shouldn't have passed on him.
Taylor and Lindsay hate them a mouth runner.
Oh,
Like, they're
I
like,
do.
"Oh,
Because you
No,
got to back it up.
Yeah.
shut up and play football.
No.
Yes.
Hey, run your mouth all day.
She goes, no. Taylor goes, yes.
Yes.
Listen.
If you're going to be Josh
If
Rosen.
you're gonna run it, then back it. That's all I'm
that-
saying.
that's the biggest
Otherwise,
thing
I
about
might
it.
chuckle.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, Dak Prescott, when he won Rookie of the Year, he went up and accepted that award and said, thanks to all the other teams that passed on me 4 times.
Yeah, that's the old played out thing now. Like I really don't even care about people that said like, if you pass on me, I'm gonna pass on you. Like, okay, we get it. Like everyone tries to find the whole chip on the shoulder with you passed on me. They didn't like you.
Yeah.
Like, listen, they didn't like you. So
And ended
it's
up working
okay.
out somewhere else, right?
Listen, wherever God is supposed to have you, supposed to have you. But
5 takeaways.
it's all right for teams
picks.
to pass on you, man.
That's literally the point of the draft. Like,
Right.
Yes.
It kind of pisses me off, too. Like, Jalen Ramsey's like, I'll never play for the Cowboys
Yes,
unless
you
the
will. We
know.
Joneses sell the team.
you
We know.
Wow. I mean,
We know.
that's ridiculous.
You
Like,
showed yourself last week you'll never play for the Cowboys.
if Jalen Ramsey was available and it made sense for the Cowboys,
And they cut the check, he would come.
yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they absolutely would. Really, my point being is like, shut up. You went 5th overall. Like,
Right.
why are you in your feelings about being the 5th overall pick?
I'm sorry, this talk has sort of reminded me of Des Bryant, too. Because at the end of April, he was in there saying that he was going to come back and beat the Cowboys twice this year. You don't get a job, and now you're saying that you'd rather be on the Cowboys.
It's a good point.
Yeah,
Like I'm
it's a
saying,
good
like,
point.
Jesse's like-
he's like,
Yeah,
okay,
that's a good point.
No one's giving me
Like
money.
before she got to the second half, I'd be like, "There's still possible. He still may come back and beat him twice." But he's like, he does want to be on the team
But
again.
see,
now, right?
you know
It's a
what I'm
good
saying?
point. It's a
Like
good
people
point.
can say all they want, like, Oh, I'll never work for that place. Hey, we got 150 grand with your name on it. Okay, yeah, we can work something out.
I'm the first to tell you I will sell out for the right price. Listen
My
to me.
integrity is for sale, 100%. If you give me,
we
the
never
right...
questioned that.
We never thought it wasn't.
Okay,
so.
good. I'm glad we're all on the same page.
I just want to make that clear too. Like
Yeah.
I'm out. Like I will sell out for the right price.
Yeah.
And most people will. Most people will sell out for the right
Shouts out
price.
to former cover 4 guy Manny.
That sounds.
Yeah. He's a
That
sellout.
sounds a lot like Manny.
I love you, Manny.
Do you agree about the Des Bryant thing, Linz, or do you think it's different?
What about it?
Like the fact that he was saying, I'll never play for the Cowboys again. I'll go and beat you. Then after
Did he
time
say
has-
that, or did he just say I'd
He's-
like to sign with the Redskins?
He said
which is
he-
pretty much the same
He
thing.
said he's going to
I would
sign
like
somewhere
to
where
sign-
he can beat the Cowboys twice. That's what he said.
But that was in
Jay-
to his defense, and I'm not being a Dez apologist, but in the heat of the moment,
Sure.
Bay broke your heart, right? Bay let you down a little bit, broke your heart, broke up with you,
Look
and
at
so
these
now,
photos.
and so yeah, and so when you
Watch
when
our
you
Periscope.
when you have that moment where
Yeah.
you and Bay have been in love for 8 years.
Well, I think it goes back to the Jalen Ramsey thing. It's like, to be good at football, you have to have such a competitive edge, and as a result, I think football, like, considering how insanely tough they are, football players also get in their feelings a lot because
the most emotional group
'cause
of human beings ever.
you have to believe that you're the best
Yes.
to do the job, and when the world tells you you're not the best, a lot of guys don't handle it very well.
Yeah.
Were you like that? Like, were you like...
There wasn't Twitter, though.
Ooh.
Twitter just started. Like when I got to the Cowboys in 2009, like it just had started. But I've never been like a talker. I would say things here and there, but that never was really my lane. But I always believed in my ability. I still believe in my ability now, and anything that I do, I still feel like I'm dope. I'm the nicest. Like I'm dope at what I do.
Cover 4? Welcome that challenge.
Like I'm just saying, like I'm dope. And so
You are pretty dope.
it's just like that's the way you have to be, because there's so many people in this world that'll tell you that you're not, that you can't, that you shouldn't, that you won't, that you'll never will be, that you were sometimes you got to be your biggest cheerleader.
All times.
Right.
All
and so you
times.
got to pump yourself up, even on your bad days. Like, you know what? I suck today on cover 4. I'm still dope. I'm still dope.
I feel
I
inspired.
appreciate earlier this week we had a lot of dancing on cover 4 this week. A lot of dancing, a lot of Conor McGregor walk,
A lot of flossing.
a lot
from
of
you.
flossing, and Jesse was right there, just clapping it up like our old guy JG clapping
Yeah.
it up.
Telling
I would
us
have
how
pushed you.
amazing we
I would
are.
have pushed you like JG does, but then
Yeah, I know, in this climate.
HR.
Yeah, in this climate.
Well, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, not
Well,
here.
we're talking about the Redskins and beating the Cowboys twice a year. Hopefully they don't beat the Cowboys and they get that win on Sunday, go into the bye.
I
with-
just heard Mickey
Duh.
Spagnola pick a win on the radio on 105.3 The Fan. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
Mickey
No!
would never do
23-19.
that. Damn. I think that's 7 I think that's 7 wins in a row for the old Mick.
well,
It was nice of you to wear burgundy, by the way.
it's an old trick of mine.
Ah.
You
You
know,
and Michael Irvin.
Reverse psychology.
me and Irvin. I knew I'd get
Lot of-
asked about it
A
today.
lot of similarities between the two, if you think about it.
Don't you agree, Jess? Me
You and
Michael.
Mike? Yeah.
Fun, outgoing, love of
Love
life.
the party
Yeah, love the party of life. Yeah.
and the things within the party.
Can they get this win this weekend? Are
They
they for
better.
real?
Yes, they
better.
can. Yes. After last week, I'm picking a win.
They better.
The Redskins
Okay.
like shut down the Panthers.
So you just said something that kind of calls for pause for me, right? They put up 40 points last week, and they have a fantastic game that no one expected. No one expected them to put up against the number 1 defense in yards wise, the Jacksonville Jaguars. And so I begin to start thinking, man, that was a great performance. But then I remember, like, the Buffalo Bills put up a 40-piece on the Vikings, and
40-piece.
we don't think the Buffalo Bills are better than the Vikings, right? The same Washington team we're getting ready to play Sunday put a spanking on the Green Bay Packers,
Big time.
Like, and so there's
time.
certain games that you're watching, and you go, is it for real or is it
For sure.
folly, right?
The
So
NFL being weird.
so that's my biggest thing. I'm like, man, they put up a 40-piece last week. Is that for real,
You're
or
making
is
me
that
hungry.
40 nugs.
40 nugs, no sauce?
Make him no
Ew.
sauce.
That's how
I
good it
know.
was. That's how good it was
Oh,
last week.
okay.
It was,
You didn't need sauce.
You didn't need sauce.
I got it.
Well, you had Beasley
Wow.
sauce. You had Beasley sauce.
I agree with you, and that's all week. I've heard a lot of people be like, "This is the most important game of the year," and I
Well,
don't.
that's what we're getting on Periscope right now. Season is essentially over if they don't win from Oomph Melt.
That is not. That's not true, though. That's my point. Is like they lose this game.
That doesn't make sense.
Thank you, Kent. They'll be a game below 500, like they have been all year, and they'll have a home game against a mediocre team to try to bounce back. And they're 14-2 in those types of situations. So if they lose this game,
Oh, that's a nug right there.
it is a
I'm
very
gonna use that on Blueprint.
is a very good bet that they will be back to 500 in 2 weeks if they lose this game. So the season's not over, but if they lose this game, it's very indicative to me that this just isn't a very good football team. Like
But
they should win this game if they're a team that
do
can
you
go to
guys
the playoffs.
believe in all these meetings and different talks that they've had this week? Dak said yesterday they had a big meeting about having communication on the road.
Like players only meetings?
Was it player only? I
No, that's
don't know.
like
Because player only meetings are never good.
people love to hear about a good meeting, like when a team, you know, like you're like, oh my god, they're having a meeting.
And every day they have scheduled meetings.
Yeah, no, literally, like Dak was like, yeah, Thursdays when we talk about third downs, like the whole offense got together, like we had a productive meeting about how our communication needs to be better. Like
Meeting.
I'm sure it was useful, but like, you know, I'm guilty of it too. I tweeted about it,
Dave,
but like
you ran back to the keyboard talking about the meeting.
didn't.
Ran.
No, I
the
didn't.
meeting
Dave
that
was
was.
sweating
But-
when he got back to
Yeah,
the
I
desk.
believe it.
door meeting.
But the media takes it and they're like, they had a meeting. Everything is fine now.
I feel like Kate could make a great teaser called The Meeting.
It's time for a meeting. So, whatever. They had a meeting. They talked about it.
I like it.
What did B say to you this week? Lindsay's got an exclusive with him that you can only see
Exclusive.
on Jason
Thanks,
Garrett
Fish.
Show and Pregame Live?
Yes.
Yes.
2 places.
2 places. Exclusive.
By the way, everyone watch Pregame Live on Sundays. It's awesome.
It is the best.
Bees
Watch
was
pregame
great.
live and listen to the pregame show.
Yeah.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I like your post-game coverage after we're done.
After our show's over.
That's when I get in the car.
You're good.
You're
but
fine.
after us, like, you know.
After I get in the car, I'm like, what's Jess saying? What can I expect for tomorrow? Yeah.
Speaking of the young savage bees, did y'all see what happened on the Twitter sphere last night?
Let us know about it, Dave.
Fill
Do
us
you- do
in
you
on
know?
the scoop-de-scoop.
You already know.
I
don't
don't know
know.
about it.
I know about the
I was in the
stuff
bed
that
like
happened during
9:30.
the day and
So,
carried over.
Yesterday morning,
Yes.
A radio personality here in Dallas was tweeting and was like, Cole Beasley knows, even Cole Beasley knows he's not as good as Doug Baldwin is. And Beasley, obviously, which to Lindsay pointed out on Twitter as well, she was like, Cole Beasley had time yesterday morning. And he was like, don't speak for me. That's what Cole Beasley tweeted him back and was like, don't speak for me.
Oh, I thought he tweeted Lindsay back. I was like,
No. So then,
No,
like,
I was
actually,
just a
I'm busy,
casual
Lindsay, like-
bystander at the moment. Continue, Dave.
apropos of nothing, like, I don't think anybody even tagged Doug Baldwin, but I guess
That's what I was wondering is like, how did you find this conversation?
I'm
in
sure
the T.
I'm sure somebody told him. Like, you know, I mean,
I shot him a
players,
text.
Players are on Twitter.
Or he just tweets his own name out.
Yeah, or he searches his name.
Searches his
That's
name.
possible
Searches-
too.
lame.
I've done it before.
I've done it too.
Oh, I don't. If you haven't done it,
Yeah.
You're lying.
you're lying.
So Dougie B gets in the
So,
conversation.
Dougie B. Jr. gets on Twitter last night and goes, "Boy, tripping. B's 11, a savage in the game." And Beasley comes back and he's, "Appreciate the love, big dog. You already know I appreciate you." Blah blah blah. But I just thought it was funny that.
There's more tea. There's more
Wait.
that I sent you and Taylor with bees and Patman.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh.
was funny.
About last week, though?
That was funny.
Let me find this.
Beasley and Patman went back and forth on Twitter last night about how Patman didn't even cover Beasley that much, and
There is one play where Cole catches a ball and drags
Yeah.
Tyler Patman a few yards, and then Tyler is like,
Okay.
"Oh, so the fans want to go in on me? Man, I covered you like 3 times."
So Tyler Patman must have deleted a tweet first.
of course he
because
did.
It must have been 2 games that they played last week.
Beasley's response says, "You really only covered me twice in the game, man to man, if we're being honest. Don't listen to these people, man. I'm learning more and more every day. They know nothing. LOL. Stay tuned to my tracks. Be out soon. Hot bars."
Okay,
He
the
didn't
second
say
half is
any
fake
of that,
news.
yeah.
Then Tyler Patman responds, "They clowns, Bees. I covered you 3 times. Let them tell it. You torched me all day. You know it's love, fam. You know my confidence not shaken.
I'm uncomfortable
LOL."
when Taylor reads tweets.
I want
Cole Beasley said, "Oh, I already know. That's why you're my dog. Be featured on a track soon."
He didn't say that part. I want Taylor to do
These are clowns.
dramatic readings of tweets.
I'm uncomfortable.
I want Coach Marinelli to read those tweets. And I know that he can because he's actually producing the show.
I would love it if Marinelli said the word fam. That would make me happy.
Coach, you there? You there online, Coach?
Oh yeah, here I am.
Coach, could you talk about the Cole Beasley Twitter drama?
Oh, Cole, fast, edgy, has a mouth.
Has a mouth.
Is he fam?
Needs to be more consistent. Saw it last week. Just needs to do it every week.
Oh God.
I love it.
Only has two tones. It's that one, and then it's get your
Yeah. That's
Irving,
true. That's true.
Ryan Russell.
Why did I even draft you?
Yeah, he told Ryan Russell he was a waste of a draft pick. Straight to his face. That's pretty harsh.
You know who I heard say that too? I heard Sean Payton tell, what was the receiver out of Tennessee?
Robert Meachem.
Robert Meachem. We were doing joint practices with the Patriots. I was with the Patriots.
Yikes.
And Robert Meachem was having a terrible day. And Sean Payton is screaming at Robert Meachem. We wasted a first-round pick on your sorry in front of everybody. Like, I've never seen a grown man
Family's right there.
like head hang like Robert Meachem's head was hanging in the middle of practice, of a joint practice in front of two teams. It was embarrassing. I was like,
I'd be like, yeah, you did, and the check's gonna clear no matter what.
I was like,
He would
Get
say
over
that,
it.
Waiting
Dave?
on
Yeah,
Thursday.
I would.
Dave would totally say that, huh?
I would.
Well, guys, you still haven't answered my question. Can this team win on Sunday?
Yes.
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 So, you're calling the wins.
That's
No,
a-
we're not calling wins.
I am picking
You're
a
calling
dub.
a win?
I am picking a dub. First
Yeah.
road win.
I
Dave.
ain't even worried about it.
Dave's dubbing as well.
This needs to be a win if this team's worth a damn, basically.
Did you do some boldies yesterday when I wasn't there?
yes,
Yeah.
we did do boldies.
So what was your boldie? I'm going to write it.
My boldie was
You already forgot, didn't you?
Well, because
that
it was
Cole
that-
Beasley will
Cole Beasley.
Cole
top
Beasley
his
tops
career.
last week's career high on Sunday.
My boldy
The
was
panic in her eyes. The panic in her eyes was real.
Jess,
So many
was yours like
boldies.
4? Did you have 10?
I said the Cowboys would have back-to-back 40 pieces.
You are really on that
So
40
many
piece.
nugs.
I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A today. I said Zeke would run for 150. I don't really believe it, but I said it.
Well, that shows you're in.
David Irving, 5 sacks.
Tune in
That
next
would be-
week for
Is
the
that
Boldies
yours?
by Dave.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
David Irving just eating all day. Alex Smith. Is their O-line good?
It's pretty
It's,
solid.
it's decent.
Trent
it's
Williams
better?
is a perennial Pro Bowler.
It's way better than the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
way
Lot
better than the
better.
Jaguars.
Better than the Cardinals last night.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw that Marinelli
Yes.
said that he thinks they have the 2 best tight ends in the game.
They
He's
have
talking
a
about
Yeah.
nice little package.
with Sprinkle Me Maine.
Not Sprinkle Me Maine. He's
Jordan Reed.
and Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis.
Jordan Reed always plays well against the Cowboys.
Your
Everybody
boy,
wants to play ball against
Yeah.
the
You
Cowboys.
know?
Yeah.
Like I just always feel like he ends up with 3 touchdowns somehow.
Yes.
Playing through an injury.
yes.
Still shining.
Yes.
Gimpy.
So does Ryan Kerrigan.
True.
I mean, yeah.
Jordan Reed usually goes for a nice chunk when he plays the Cowboys. It's true.
Not this week, says Chris Richard. Not this week.
I hope so. I mean, I don't know. The Cowboys aren't that good, but the Redskins aren't that good, and the Cowboys beat the Redskins. I'm not going to put a whole lot more thought into it.
Something that Mickey had said earlier on the radio. He talked about how this team used to be like really good on the road. Like the Cowboys.
Yes.
It used to be flipped. Like the
Their
Cowboys used to
rookie
be
year.
Yes.
road warriors, and then they would struggle at home. And now it's like they're really good at home and they suck on the road.
2 years ago, the 4 and 12 year, the
They were-
Alabama had a better record at AT&T Stadium that year than the Cowboys did.
It's true. They were 3-5 on the road that year and 1-7 at home.
That's why you don't need to complain about this year at all.
From 14 to 17.
Shut your mouth.
From 14 to 17, they were 23-9 on the road and 15-17 at home.
What's going on the old Periscope over there?
We have someone saying he heard Trent Williams wasn't 100% this week.
That is true,
But
when is Trent
am I
ever a
right?
hundo?
Am I
Seriously.
right when I say people will play up to a hundo against the Cowboys,
It's like
even if they're not?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Tyron Smith's not at 100%. He's still going to play and probably play pretty well. So
Is
It's like
Joe
having
Looney
100
gonna have that communication right?
you better. They had a meeting about it. So
Heard they had a meeting. Heard it got serious. Joe's bros out.
in
see that?
world where communication
Joe Looney's doing a weekly type bi-weekly show.
Yeah, we watched it.
now.
We watched
It's
it
pretty
yesterday
funny.
on Cover 4
Pretty
yesterday.
funny.
It's hilarious.
No, it
I like
is.
he's gonna
Bro.
take my job.
Bruh,
Bruh.
Well, I mean,
Bruh.
you're not going to say bruh the whole
He's
time.
not going to
I
take
might.
your job.
He's not going to take your job. You're very good at your job. Very
All right,
good.
guys, keep up with the questions on Periscope. We'll wrap up the show with those. Derek says we need to stop going savage mode on Manny, but we're not.
We barely
We
did.
love Manny.
We barely did, but we did go in on his Instagram yesterday.
Sir Moreno wants to know, can AP run on this defense? I don't know who that is. Who's AP?
Dude,
Oh,
I thought
Lindsay's being savage.
Does anyone know who that is?
on our Twitter fans that are giving good questions?
I thought
It's
about
AD.
I thought about you because every player in the Cowboys locker room keeps calling him AP.
No, they don't.
Jalen Smith called him AP,
Well,
and I was like,
that communication meeting needs to happen again.
I'm just like,
Lindsay
oh,
walks into the meeting.
I'm like,
you
sit
little,
down, y'all.
You little baby. You were
It's
like
AD.
8. You were 8
You were
years
12
old.
when he was at OU.
12.
Sit down.
Try like 5.
That's how old Jalen Smith was?
No, probably. Jalen Smith is 23, so that means he was born in. Help me out here.
No, I don't do math in public.
95?
95. So I mean, he was probably like 8. He was probably 8 or 9 when AD was at Oklahoma. Yeah.
Still peeing in the bed.
Ew.
Oh, wow. It's possible.
Okay,
It's
too
possible.
far.
It's possible.
Yeah, that was a tad much, Jess.
Sorry.
Why do you think they're going to get 40 points? You just think that their defense is trash?
It was just a bold prediction. I don't know if they're actually going to get it, but it would be fun to get
He
it.
thinks their offense is.
Or you think
What's
that
the
Zeke's
weather
gonna
going to
go
be
off?
up there, Dave?
I don't think it's supposed to rain. I got the
Like last year
got the
when
well,
it was a torrential downpour up there.
partly cloudy, high of 51 with a low of 36.
That's very football-y.
That's very football-y.
And
Very
you love
fall
that
football.
stadium, right? Don't you love it?
It's
I love the
worst,
food.
It's the worst place on earth.
Oh, the food is fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Food sucks.
It's like an old salad.
It's everything about
Cafeteria pizza.
everything about going to FedEx Field is garbage.
Fed up field if they lose.
Fed up with this field. Fed up with and speaking of the field, like there's divots in it. It's a terrible field.
Are you going to talk to them about it? Like go out
like,
there
hey,
early, eat some of the grass? Like
I got a bone to pick with y'all. This thing sucks. No, I won't do that.
You think football is still fun?
Yes,
Yes.
I do, Denzel.
Zero fun, sir.
Coach Boone.
Tried
Yeah.
to name my son Boone at one point. Anyways, moving on.
It's the most Lindsay thing I've
I was
heard
going to
in a
ask
while.
you guys, we have about 6 minutes left in this wonderful podcast today. And, it's come out. Dave's going to also be there as well. On Monday, the team's going to go to the African American History Museum in D.C.
It's gonna be awesome.
They're going to spend some time there. And then they're going to, just kind of wrap up that weekend, go into their bye.
Right.
They're going to get Friday and Monday off. And then they have a big game against the Titans, Monday Night Football. So they have a lot of time. How good do you think this bye will be for them and the experience they're going to have on Monday together?
I don't think, besides Sean Lee, are there any major things of people trying to come back?
Tank
after
has the
bye?
shoulder.
Yes.
Taylor.
Sounds like he
Randy
just
has
needs to
the
play
knee.
through it.
Tavon.
Cheeto?
Tavon's going to be a while,
Young
right?
Cheats?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be surprised if Tavon winds up on IR by the time
I
it's
know.
all said
But the
and
thing
done.
is, like bye weeks are important. Like, even if there's not anything major, because once you enter training camp, it's all downhill from there. Because training camp is a beatdown. It's a beatdown on your body, your legs, mentally, physically, emotionally. So once you get there in late July, it's like you start here and everything. It's just dissension all the way through the season. So once you get to that bye week, it's almost refreshing. So even if you don't have any major injuries, it's just nice to be able to rehab
No,
and get some
you have
stuff
a
done.
weekend off.
Yeah, for your mind, and then
Mentally.
everyone's hurt at this point.
Yep.
Not everyone's injured, but everyone's hurt. Something is hurting on every single player in that locker room, whether it's an elbow, shoulder, knee, ribs, hamstring, ankles, feet, whatever it is. Every player in that locker room, they've played some meaningful snaps, are looking around saying, I need to get to this bye week because I just need a moment for my body to relax and recoup.
Do you circle the bye week at the beginning of the year? Sorry, Tay.
That's one of the first
No,
things
you're good.
one of the first things you look for is
When's my bye?
when is the bye and
Bye, Felicia.
are we playing any cold weather teams in late in the season? Like you look,
Yes.
like if you look at the season, and go, oh, we have, if
Philly
we play
and
Green
New
Bay
York.
this year, like are we playing Green Bay in October or are we playing Green Bay in December? Or you know what I'm saying? Like teams like that, you look for on your schedule.
Good point from Saul Jr. on Periscope. We need a win so the bye doesn't feel like forever. That's a good point. You do not want
real
2
good point.
weeks of just being a nasty taste in your mouth. Yes.
Especially as Taylor pointed out on cover 4 this week,
Woo woo.
because the next game isn't until Monday, so it's an even longer wait.
Do you think that Monday, when they're at the museum together, will be a good experience for them?
Dave
Yeah.
will be there. We had a question
Yeah.
From our buddy who said, is the staff staying for the tour? You guys are all going, right?
Staff is staying for the tour, which I'm really looking forward to it.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm jealous.
I don't know what to expect other than that. I've heard the museum is great, but we've been lucky enough to be a part of a few of these things. They did dinner at the Tower of London a few years ago, and they went to the 9/11 memorial in 2015. It's always been really positive and
I think
fun,
the biggest thing about visiting the African American Museum is that everybody gets a chance to learn something, right? Even if you're African American or not, you get a chance to go and learn something about the history that you may not know. And then it just gives you an appreciation of where we're at today and how far we've come. And we still have a long way to go to get there. But I think it's key for black, white, or purple to all go there and experience those moments together, so that way you're able, like, someone's going to learn something. A coach is going to learn something. A player's going to learn something that they may not have known.
Every single person is going to.
You're going to learn something going to that museum.
And it's like a hard museum to get into right now. I feel like
it's like a waiting list.
Yeah, so pretty.
Jason Garrett picked up the phone and changed that.
Yeah, you can't just walk up there and be like, "Hey, I need 2 tickets." They're like,
so you have to be like one
see
of
you
the
in a month.
biggest, like, most valuable franchises in the entire world.
That helps.
Yeah, that helps.
It helps when Jerry Jones can pick up the phone and go, "Hey, we need to get in there."
They told him that 25% of the cast of Cover 4 is coming, so kind of greased some wheels.
Man, those doors flew open.
They greased some wheels.
They knew what was happening there. They saw it happening.
Guys, what are the Cowboys going to do at linebacker when Sean Lee is back? Question from Hunter.
Platoon those dudes. I don't worry about that at all. Like, you need 3 guys to play 2. There will be injuries. There's 70 snaps in a game. You can break it up by down and distance. Play some, give Sean a possession off. Give Leighton Vander Esch a possession off. Could even take Jalen Smith out of it'll be fine.
There's talks about Sean Lee possibly coming back and playing in this game.
I think he's going to.
No.
That's stupid to me.
He was practicing in the rain.
You
That's
might-
all I gotta say.
That's
Yes.
dumb. That's
Paint
so
the
stupid to me.
picture.
Just get him to the bye week is what you're saying?
Yeah, like, just make sure, like, to say Jason Garrett's word, like, know that you know that you know that you know that he's good.
Maybe he's like, well, I've played the Redskins more than all you chumps, so I'm playing.
At this point, though, like, they've done everything they can. Like, they managed him all through training camp. They were careful with him, and it didn't help him at all. So, whatever. I think let him play. I think he's gonna play.
Let him play.
Let him play.
All right. Well, for
He
the
gets hurt,
football
sure.
mom, Dave
Yes,
Hellman,
it's on
Jesse Hawley, we out here. We had some good times. Join us for Cover 4 next week, Monday through Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Central Time.
We out here. Peace.